Hi, I'm Michael with The New Sound, where we develop tools and strategies to keep music at school. And today, I'm going to be interviewing award-winning producer, composer, and DJ Max Chang. Make sure you stick around to the end, though, because Max is going to show us a unique tip that you won't want to miss. Let's go. How's it going, Max?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Good, man. Thank you so much for having us here. And first question I wanted to ask you is, how has your childhood impacted the way you make music?
So I started learning piano and guitar since I was a kid. My dad's always listening to music on his speakers all the time. And I think that really inspired me. I've always been in love and very passionate in listening to different types of music, like R&B, rock, rap, hip hop, pop music. So I think that's what made me very, very passionate. And I think that fueled me later to study music and do more composing and producing.
Awesome. Now, I know we met in university, but were you composing and creating music before university, or was that something that kind of came after university?
No, I've been composing since in high school. I think around grade 7 or 8 when I started taking guitar lessons.
So what inspires you to make music?
I think music essentially is a waveform, right? And you translate your feeling or thoughts or ideas, concepts into what you write and what you play. So to answer your question, I think everything in life can be translated into music.
So when you're creating music and maybe you get stuck, like get a creative block or something, how do you get past that?
So rather than thinking that you got stuck and trying to chase the answer you're looking for, oftentimes it's probably easier if you find a new perspective and be inspired by just other things that comes into your life. And I think if you're very focused on what you're doing, then automatically everything in your life will be translated into inspiration when it comes to you.
Very cool. Do you have any like examples of what that inspiration might look like?
Okay, so say when you're making a song and then there's one part that you can't figure out what's best. So you go outside for a walk and on the street you might hear cars, wind, and just feel a different vibration in the city. And when you see, hear, or sense those things, it might give you some ideas that you haven't thought of if you're just facing in front of your computer the whole time.
So I know you have a background with like traditional music, classical, jazz, and you also make a lot of awesome electronic music like EDM. Is there a favorite genre of music that you have, or do you just kind of create whatever you're feeling?
I try to create whatever I'm feeling at the moment because when I sit down at my piano, I might be playing something I'm very into. And then when I'm in front of my computer and then trying to make electronic music with like certain plugins, then it's all me. It's just me in different forms. So whatever comes.
So Max, you have this really awesome EDM orchestra, which I've actually been fortunate enough to see live. It was so cool. How do you go about putting orchestra and EDM together?
So when I started the EDM orchestra group, I was at a transitional phase. I just got back from Asia after working there for several years, and then there happened to be a COVID lockdown. So then I came back to Vancouver, and I've always had this concept in my mind, and I've always been wanting to do it, and it just felt like it was the right time to finally do it. So I basically locked myself up in the studio for 3 months to arrange and come up with the songs, the concept. And then I started to ask around to find the musicians to come play. So that's how I put it together.
And when you're making these pieces, are you starting with the string arrangements first, or are you starting with making the beat or making the electronic music first?
The most challenging part is that orchestra is like very soft, right? So how do you make them feel hyped up? So you have to blend them together very well, and you also want to make orchestra the highlight. You're not just like playing the pop song melodies. It's about how you give the hype to the audience and do arrangements that supports the concept.
Do you have any advice for up-and-coming music producers?
Stay real to your art. Be passionate. Also, when you're learning, try to learn it right the first time. Otherwise, you'll have to unlearn and then relearn it again. So it'll take more time. I think that's it.
Nice.
Stay inspired. Yeah. Okay, so Mike wanted me to show you guys some tips. So I'll show you guys a few tricks to make electronic dance music. I think everyone should learn. So I have a project loaded up here now. I have a kick. Sounds like this. I have a bass sound like this. A synth sound. And the vocal. So if you put them all together, it sounds like this. So it's good, but you can hear that the bass sound overlaps a bit with the kick. So the two are fighting for the frequency. So what you want to do, you want the bass sound to dodge the frequency when the kick is playing. So you do that by doing something we call the sidechain. So to achieve this sound, you have to add a compressor onto the bass, and then you send the signal of the kick through sidechain. So if you have Ableton loaded up, you use a compressor here, and you press sidechain, and then you choose the kick, and then you bring the threshold down. So then when the kick is playing, the bass will dodge that frequency. And when the kick is not playing, it comes back up again. So it creates the movement in the bass sound. So let's play that again. And that's my tip.
Max, thank you so much for having us in your beautiful home studio.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys here.
Thanks, man. I also want to thank the Edith Lando Virtual Learning Center located at the University of British Columbia for their support in creating this content. Thanks for watching, keep creating, and we'll see you in the next video.